Let me tell you something you might not have realized. Your mind is one of the most powerful tools you have. Right now, it's shaping your life in ways you probably don't even notice. Every day, your mind is guiding your actions, your thoughts, your beliefs, and ultimately the results you're getting in your life. But here's the thing, what if I told you that you could take control of that power? What if you could actually program your mind to work in your favor, to bring you success, happiness, and everything you want? And here's the most amazing part, you can do it without even being awake. I know that sounds strange, it sounds almost too simple, but I'm telling you right now, the power to change your life is in your hands, and you don't need to work harder to do it. You can use the time when you're asleep to reprogram your mind. You can plant new beliefs, new habits, and new ways of thinking while your body is resting. And when you wake up, you'll start seeing the results of that new programming in your life. The mind doesn't take a break. It's always working, even when you think it's not. You can tap into this, and I'm going to show you how. You don't need to struggle or hustle all day long. You just need to understand how to take control of the thoughts that are running in the background, the ones you're not even aware of. This is not some mysterious idea. It's the way your mind works. It's a tool you've been using your entire life, but now you're going to learn how to use it intentionally. The choice is yours. Continue letting your subconscious mind run on autopilot, or take the wheel and drive your life in the direction you want. In the next few minutes, I'll explain how you can begin to tap into this power, how you can take advantage of your sleep to reshape your thoughts, your habits, and your future. Because when you learn to program your mind, you start creating the life you want effortlessly, even while you sleep. It's all about using the right tools. And the best tool you have is right there between your ears. Let me show you how to use it. Your mind is always working. Even when you sleep, your mind is constantly active. It never stops, even when you're asleep. When you close your eyes at night, your body may rest, but your mind doesn't. Your brain is always working in the background, processing information, making connections, and managing all the functions you don't need to think about. While you sleep, your subconscious mind continues to store memories, process emotions, and organize the events of your day. It never takes a break. The subconscious mind is responsible for most of what you do every day. It controls your habits, your actions, and your responses. When you are awake, it operates automatically, running on the programs that have been built up over time. This includes everything from the way you respond to certain situations to the beliefs and attitudes you carry with you. Even when you're not aware of it, your mind is still in control. And that control doesn't stop when you go to sleep. The amazing thing is that while you sleep, your mind is still working on whatever you've been feeding it during the day. It processes all the information you've absorbed, whether that's new skills, thoughts, or even emotions, and organizes it. Your subconscious mind works tirelessly to connect the dots and apply what you've learned to your life. This means that even though you may not be aware of it, your mind is constantly adapting and evolving. Now think about how much potential you have if you start to consciously guide your mind while you sleep. You can influence the direction your thoughts take, even while you rest. Imagine going to bed with a clear intention to improve something in your life, whether it's your confidence, your health, or your financial situation. You can program your mind to work on those goals while you sleep, so that when you wake up, your subconscious has already started to shift in that direction. How do you do this? The answer is simple: through repetition, suggestion, and focus. What you feed your mind during the day, particularly just before sleep, is what gets processed during the night. You can use this to your advantage. Before going to bed, feed your mind with positive thoughts and affirmations. This can be something as simple as telling yourself, "I am confident, I am healthy," or "I am successful." These are positive, powerful thoughts that your subconscious can take and work on overnight. You can also listen to recordings or audio tracks with positive messages while you sleep. This is an effective way to get your subconscious to absorb empowering thoughts without having to actively think about them. Your mind is like a sponge, especially just before you sleep. The last thoughts you have before drifting off are the ones your mind will focus on. This is a powerful moment, because during this time, your subconscious is most open to suggestions. By consciously choosing the thoughts you want to focus on before sleep, you're giving your subconscious mind clear instructions. It will work on these ideas while you rest, helping you change old patterns of thinking, break bad habits, and build new, positive ones. Over time, these new thoughts will begin to feel natural and become part of your belief system. This process can be incredibly transformative. Imagine waking up every morning feeling more confident, more positive, and more motivated to achieve your goals. The changes might not happen overnight, but if you keep programming your mind with positive thoughts while you sleep, the shifts will happen. You'll start seeing results in your actions, your decisions, and the way you respond to the challenges of your day. If you want to change the way you live, you have to change the way you think. And the best part is, you can do this while you're asleep. Your mind is always working, even when you don't realize it. So why not put that power to work for you? It's as simple as choosing to fill your mind with positive, empowering thoughts before you go to bed. By taking advantage of the time you spend sleeping, you're setting yourself up for success without even having to be awake. It's all about programming your mind with the right messages, and your subconscious will do the rest. The more you focus on positive thoughts and affirmations, the more your mind will help you create the life you want. This is a tool you already have. Now, it's time to use it. Your subconscious mind controls 95% of your life. Here's a powerful truth that most people don't realize: about 95% of your life is controlled by your subconscious mind. Yes, 95%. This means that the vast majority of what you think, say, and do every single day is driven by the beliefs, habits, and programs running in the background of your mind. And guess what? You're probably not even aware of most of them. Think about it. Have you ever found yourself doing something automatically without really thinking about it? Maybe you drive to work, and when you arrive, you realize you don't even remember the last few minutes of the drive. Or maybe you react to a stressful situation in a way you don't like, but you do it anyway because it's become a habit. This is your subconscious mind at work. The subconscious mind is like a giant storage room where all your experiences, memories, beliefs, and habits are stored. It takes everything in, whether it's good or bad, and programs you to act in certain ways. This is why, if you grew up with certain beliefs or experiences, whether positive or negative, they continue to shape the way you live your life today. Your subconscious mind is like a filter for everything that happens to you. It decides how you respond to situations, what you believe about yourself, and even what kind of opportunities you attract into your life. So what does this mean for you? It means that if you want to change your life, you need to change the programming in your subconscious mind. Most of us don't realize that we have the power to do this. We assume that our thoughts, actions, and beliefs are fixed and beyond our control. But the truth is, they're not. The key to personal growth and success lies in understanding that your subconscious mind can be reprogrammed. When you start feeding it new, positive thoughts and beliefs, thoughts that align with the life you want to create, you begin to change the way you think, act, and feel. Your subconscious mind will start to support these new beliefs, and before long, you'll notice new habits forming, new behaviors emerging, and new opportunities showing up in your life. This process isn't as difficult as it may sound. It's about repetition and consistency. Every time you repeat a positive affirmation, visualize your goals, or focus on a new belief, you're reinforcing that idea in your subconscious mind. Over time, these repeated thoughts and actions will create new neural pathways in your brain, making the new beliefs feel more natural and automatic. The more you feed your mind with positive, empowering messages, the more your subconscious mind will begin to align with those messages. It's important to remember that your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what's real or imagined. It simply accepts what you feed it. So if you tell yourself every day, "I am successful, I am confident," or "I am worthy of love and respect," your subconscious mind takes those messages seriously. It starts to work on making them a reality by influencing your actions, decisions, and behaviors. This is the power of programming your subconscious mind. You don't have to wait for circumstances to change or for luck to fall into your lap. By changing the way you think and feed your mind, you begin to see the changes you want to create in your life. And the best part, you can do this while you sleep. While you rest, your subconscious mind is still absorbing whatever you feed it. Whether it's positive or negative, it takes in the information and begins to make it a part of your inner programming. This is why it's so important to be intentional about the messages you send to your subconscious before you sleep. The last thoughts you have before you close your eyes are some of the most important, because they go straight into your subconscious, where they can begin to create new patterns and beliefs. If you want to live a life that's different from what you have now, if you want to achieve things that you've never achieved before, you need to start programming your subconscious mind with the right beliefs, thoughts, and actions. And you can start doing that today, starting with the time you go to bed. By consciously choosing what you feed your mind, you can begin to shift your reality and move toward the life you truly want. This isn't a one-time thing. It's a process. You need to consistently feed your mind with positive thoughts and beliefs. But as you do, you'll begin to notice that your life starts to change in ways that align with your new programming. The more you train your subconscious mind, the more it will work for you, helping you achieve your goals and live the life you deserve. The power of repetition, how your mind learns. Repetition is one of the most powerful tools you have when it comes to changing your mind and your life. Your subconscious mind learns through repetition, and this is how it forms habits, beliefs, and patterns. Think about how you learned something when you were younger, whether it was tying your shoes, riding a bike, or learning to read. You didn't get it right the first time. You had to repeat the actions over and over until they became automatic. That's how your subconscious mind works. It learns by repetition, and once a thought, habit, or belief is repeated enough times, it becomes part of your automatic behavior. Now consider the power of this when it comes to reprogramming your mind. If you've spent years telling yourself that you're not good enough or that success is hard to achieve, your subconscious has accepted that as your reality. These negative beliefs have been repeated so many times that they've become part of your automatic thinking. But the good news is that you can change that if you're willing to put in the work of repetition with positive beliefs and thoughts. The way you change your subconscious programming is simple. You replace the old, limiting beliefs with new, empowering ones. And you do that by repeating those new beliefs to yourself day in and day out. The more you repeat them, the more your subconscious mind accepts them as true. And the more they become part of who you are. You don't have to consciously think about it all the time. The beauty of repetition is that once you repeat something enough, it becomes ingrained in your subconscious mind. This is why listening to affirmations before bed or repeating positive statements to yourself during the day can be so effective. It's not about trying to force change in a moment, it's about making the change automatic, so it becomes second nature. For example, if you want to feel more confident, you might start by saying, "I am confident," over and over in your mind or out loud. At first, it might feel awkward or even unbelievable, especially if you've spent years telling yourself the opposite. But with consistent repetition, your subconscious mind starts to accept it. Slowly, you'll begin to notice changes. You'll find yourself standing taller, speaking more confidently, and taking more risks. The change is happening because your subconscious mind is learning a new way of thinking and behaving, thanks to the power of repetition. This is where the magic happens. You don't need to rely on willpower or intense effort. It's not about forcing yourself to change overnight. It's about consistent daily repetition. And when you do this, you begin to create new neural pathways in your brain. These pathways strengthen over time, making your new beliefs and habits feel more natural. Repetition also works while you sleep. Just like how you practice something during the day and get better at it over time, your mind continues to work through repetition while you rest. That's why it's so important to focus on positive messages and beliefs before you go to sleep. Your subconscious mind absorbs these messages, and when you wake up, they're already starting to become part of your automatic thinking. When you make repetition a part of your daily routine, whether it's through affirmations, visualization, or simply thinking about your goals, you start to build a new foundation in your mind. And over time, this foundation becomes stronger. The more you repeat these positive messages, the more your mind will believe them and act accordingly. Your new beliefs will become your reality simply because you've repeated them enough times for your subconscious mind to accept them as true. Repetition is the key to unlocking your potential. It's the process that turns a new thought into a new habit, and a new habit into a permanent change in your life. If you want to take control of your thoughts, your actions, and your life, repetition is your most powerful tool. Use it every day, and you'll begin to see your life change in ways you never thought possible. Your subconscious mind accepts what you tell it. Here's a simple but powerful truth: your subconscious mind accepts whatever you tell it, whether it's true or not. It doesn't know the difference between what's real and what you repeatedly think or say. It just takes in whatever you tell it and works to make it happen. Think about it this way: if you constantly tell yourself, "I'm not good enough," or "I'll never succeed," your subconscious mind will believe those things and help you act in ways that prove them true. It'll guide your decisions, actions, and even how you feel based on those thoughts. On the other hand, if you tell yourself, "I am capable, I am confident," or "I am worthy of success," your subconscious will also believe those things and work to make them part of your reality. This is why your thoughts are so powerful. Every day you feed your mind with thoughts, words, and beliefs. Whether you realize it or not, your subconscious is always listening, absorbing everything. And it doesn't judge what's good or bad for you, it simply accepts what you tell it and starts shaping your life around it. That's why positive affirmations work. When you repeat something over and over like "I am confident," "I am successful," or "I am deserving of happiness," your subconscious mind accepts those as truths. It begins to adjust your thoughts, feelings, and actions in a way that aligns with those beliefs. The more you repeat something, the more natural it becomes, and soon you'll find yourself thinking and acting in line with those positive beliefs. Let's say you've always struggled with self-doubt. You can begin to change that by affirming the opposite. Every day tell yourself, "I trust myself, I believe in my abilities, and I am capable of achieving my goals." Even if you don't fully believe it at first, your subconscious will start to accept these new thoughts and help you act in ways that reflect them. This is why visualization works too. If you imagine yourself being successful, healthy, or confident, your subconscious mind doesn't know that it hasn't happened yet. It just accepts that vision is your reality and works to make it come true. So by visualizing success or positive outcomes in your life, you're programming your subconscious to make those things more likely to happen. The key here is that your mind doesn't judge what's true or false. It only responds to what you believe and repeat. This is why it's so important to be mindful of what you tell yourself. If you constantly focus on negative thoughts, your mind will work to make those your reality. But if you replace them with positive, empowering beliefs, your subconscious will support you in creating the life you want. Your subconscious mind will believe whatever you tell it. It's your job to make sure you're telling it the right things that support your growth, happiness, and success. By consciously choosing positive thoughts and beliefs, you can begin to change your life, one thought at a time. The power of consistent positive input. The quality of your life is determined by the quality of the thoughts and beliefs you consistently feed your mind. It's simple: what you feed your mind repeatedly will shape who you are, how you think, and ultimately the life you lead. The key is consistency. It's not enough to simply have positive thoughts once in a while. To truly reprogram your subconscious and create lasting change, you must feed your mind with positive, empowering input on a regular basis. Think about it. If you listen to negative messages day in and day out, whether from the media, social influences, or even your own self-doubt, your mind begins to accept those messages as truth. It starts to align your thoughts and actions with negativity, limiting your potential and holding you back from achieving the success you deserve. On the other hand, if you consistently feed your mind with positive thoughts, affirmations, and empowering messages, your subconscious mind begins to align your life with those beliefs. Over time, this positive input leads to more confidence, better decisions, and a greater sense of control over your life. Consistency is key here. A single positive thought or affirmation is a good start, but it's not enough to make a lasting impact. You need to repeat these thoughts consistently, day after day, until they become deeply embedded in your subconscious. Whether it's visualizing success, affirming your worth, or simply focusing on gratitude, the more you practice positive thinking, the stronger those beliefs will become. This doesn't mean you need to spend hours every day on self-improvement. It's about making small, positive changes that you commit to every day. Even just a few minutes each day spent focusing on your goals, visualizing success, or repeating affirmations can make a huge difference over time. As you continue to practice, you'll start noticing that your mindset shifts gradually. You'll become more confident, more focused, and more determined to achieve your goals. You'll start to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles, and your actions will reflect your newfound belief in your ability to succeed. When you focus on positive input, your subconscious mind begins to change its programming. It starts to support you instead of holding you back. And this is how real, lasting change happens, not by trying to force it, but by consistently feeding your mind the right kind of thoughts and beliefs. Over time, these positive inputs will begin to shape your reality in ways you may not have thought possible. Remember, this process takes time. You won't see instant results, but you will see gradual progress. The key is to stick with it. Your mind is like a garden. What you plant, nurture, and grow will eventually bear fruit. If you consistently plant seeds of positivity, self-belief, and confidence, you will begin to reap the rewards in every area of your life. Your environment shapes your mind. If you want to change your life, you must first change your environment. I'm not talking just about your physical space like your home or your office, although that's important too. What I'm really talking about is the people you surround yourself with, the information you expose yourself to, and the habits you allow to take root in your daily life. Your environment is one of the most powerful forces that shape your thoughts, your actions, and ultimately your destiny. Think about this for a moment. You're not an isolated individual. You're constantly interacting with the world around you, and everything in your environment has an impact on the way you think and feel. The conversations you have, the media you consume, the friends you spend time with, and even the books you read all influence the programming of your subconscious mind. If you're constantly exposed to negativity, whether it's toxic people, negative news, or constant complaints, your mind will start to absorb those messages, and your thoughts and actions will reflect that negativity. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with positive influences, uplifting ideas, and people who inspire you, your mind will begin to adopt those beliefs and attitudes, making it easier for you to think and act in ways that support your goals. The people you associate with play a huge role in shaping your mindset. If you're spending most of your time with people who are stuck in negative thinking, who complain about everything, or who hold you back from pursuing your dreams, it's going to be very hard for you to break free from that mindset. Your subconscious mind picks up on these thoughts and starts to mirror them. But if you surround yourself with individuals who are positive, supportive, and forward-thinking, it becomes much easier to think the same way. You begin to see possibilities where others see problems. You begin to approach life with a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. You start to believe that success is not only possible, but that it's within your reach. You've heard the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. That's a powerful statement because it reflects the truth that our environment, especially the people in it, has a profound effect on the way we think and behave. If you want to level up in your life, you need to start surrounding yourself with people who challenge you to grow, who push you to be better, and who believe in your potential, even when you don't. It's not always easy to do, but it's necessary if you want to break free from old patterns and step into a higher level of success. The information you expose yourself to is just as important. Every day you're bombarded with information, news, social media, advertisements, opinions, and more. What kind of information are you feeding your mind? Is it inspiring, educational, and uplifting? Or is it negative, fear-driven, and distracting? The more negative information you consume, the more your mind will focus on fear, doubt, and limitation. But if you start filling your mind with positive, empowering information, books that inspire you, podcasts that teach you something new, and conversations that help you grow, you'll begin to notice a shift in your thinking. Your mind will start focusing on possibilities, opportunities, and solutions rather than problems, obstacles, and limitations. One of the most important things you can do for yourself is to curate the information you allow into your mind. This means being selective about what you watch, what you read, and what you listen to. If you want to grow and succeed, you need to make a habit of consuming content that supports your goals. Whether it's listening to motivational speakers, reading books about success and personal growth, or watching documentaries that broaden your perspective, the more you expose yourself to positive, growth-oriented content, the more your subconscious mind will begin to adopt those beliefs. Now, let's talk about your daily habits. You may not realize this, but your habits are one of the most influential factors in shaping your life. Every habit you have, whether it's how you start your day, how you deal with stress, or how you approach your work, has a direct impact on your subconscious programming. If you consistently start your day with positive habits such as meditation, exercise, or reading something inspiring, you're setting your mind up for success. On the other hand, if you start your day by scrolling through social media, checking the news, or allowing yourself to feel stressed and overwhelmed, your mind is being primed for negativity and stress. The good news is that you have the power to change your habits, and in doing so, you can change your environment and ultimately your life. It's about making small changes, one step at a time. If you want to be more productive, start by setting up a morning routine that primes your mind for success. If you want to be more positive, make it a point to engage with content and people that uplift you. Your habits don't just define your day, they define your future. Your environment is far more than just a physical space. It's the people you interact with, the information you consume, and the habits you cultivate. If you want to change your life, start by changing your environment. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, fill your mind with positive, empowering content, and create daily habits that support your growth. When you do this, your subconscious mind will start to absorb those influences and begin working to make them a part of your reality. And as your environment changes, so will you. So let me bring this all together for you. You've got the power to change your life, and it starts with changing the way you think. Your mind is a tool, and like any tool, it can be sharpened and honed to work in your favor. You've learned that your subconscious mind is like a sponge, absorbing everything you feed it, whether it's positive or negative. If you take control of what you feed it through repetition, positive thoughts, and the right environment, you can reprogram it to help you achieve your goals, build your confidence, and live the life you desire. You can start right now. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, or the perfect plan. Begin today by choosing to feed your mind with positive, empowering thoughts. Speak to yourself like someone who believes in their potential. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, and expose yourself to information that inspires and motivates you. Change your environment. Change your thoughts. Change your life. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. You're not going to change everything overnight, and that's okay. But every small positive change you make will add up. Over time, the little shifts in your mindset and actions will lead to big results. And the more you repeat this process, the more your subconscious mind will start to align with the life you want to live. The power is in your hands. It's not about waiting for someone or something else to change your life. It's about you taking control of your mind, your environment, and your actions. When you do that, your life will change in ways you never thought possible. Before you go to bed, start feeding your mind with the thoughts and beliefs that will shape your future. Visualize your success. Repeat your affirmations. Let your subconscious mind do the work while you sleep. And when you wake up, take one small step toward making that vision a reality. Keep feeding your mind the right input. And over time, you'll see that your life begins to reflect the changes you've made in your mind. You are in control. The life you've always dreamed of is closer than you think. All it takes is the willingness to change the way you think and the commitment to making that change every single day. Now, go ahead and make the choice to reprogram your mind. Your future starts now.